Welcome back to part 2 of my discussion about how you could potentially help a friend out of an abusive relationship. So now that you've identified some red flags and you have some definite concerns about your friend, you need to talk to them. But how do you do that? It's a pretty delicate situation. I have to say, please, do not text them saying that you're concerned about their relationship. Don't send them an email saying that you think they might be in an abusive relationship. Don't put anything in writing that their partner could potentially find, because that might set them off. You don't know how unstable they might be. And I gotta say that it could be a very dangerous situation. So you don't want to say anything that could alert their partner. Now, you really should talk to them in person while they're alone, or if you're unable to do that, have a phone conversation with them. So how do you get them to talk to you? If you see them in person, maybe try to pull them aside to have a conversation, or send them a text and say that you have a problem. Say that you're going through something and you need their advice. Make it all about you. So if their partner does see that exchange or hears about it, they won't be suspicious. They'll just think, you just need a friend. So you get them alone, in person, on the phone. What do you say? I suggest that you bring up the red flags that you observed. Tell them that you're concerned, and I want you to say that you think that they might be in an abusive relationship. I want you to say the word abusive, because while you just have suspicions, you don't know necessarily how bad the relationship is. Your friend knows how terrible it could be. Your friend will know, but they might not have thought of that themselves yet. So I want you to plant that seed. Make them think, am I in an abusive relationship? You should also say that abuse doesn't have to be physical. It doesn't have to be violent. Because, I wish I knew that. Because it can start off just being, emotional abuse, controlling behavior, and it can quickly escalate to being very violent. You should tell your friend that they aren't alone. Lots of people are in similar relationships. It's not their fault. They should not be ashamed. And just reinforce the fact that you're there for them. You're their friend. If they ever need help or someone to talk to, you'll be there. Also, I would recommend that you mention if they would like to look up more information about domestic violence, that they should do so with an incognito or private browser window on their phone or on their computer. Also, maybe suggest a code word that your friend can use to contact you if they're in trouble. Just be like, hey, I'm here for you. Like, if you're ever in trouble, just text me the word orange and I'll call you right away, or I'll come to your place and help you out. Just maybe suggest that. It's probably a good idea. Now, if you're expecting your friend to be super happy that you are expressing concern about them, you are likely going to be disappointed, because honestly, your friend is probably going to react negatively. They're probably going to deny that they are in a bad relationship. They're probably going to get angry with you. They might even get mean and just be like, how dare you say this to me? You're just jealous. You have no idea what my relationship is like. They just might be really furious and angry with you. Now, why is this? Well, for one, people don't want to admit that they are in an abusive relationship. There are a lot of negative feelings associated with it, a lot of shame, and so people just want to deny it entirely. That's not what they're experiencing. And honestly, they might not realize that themselves. That's why I wanted you to plant the seed that they could be in an abusive relationship. So their initial reaction is just to say, no way, that's not what is happening to me. Or your friend might know that they are in an abusive, violent relationship. They might be fully aware, but they are terrified that their partner is going to find out about this conversation that you're having with your friend, and they don't want to deal with those consequences. They are so afraid of their partner, they're just going to deny it, they're going to get angry, and they're going to end that conversation as quickly as possible. I'm just going to let you know. I mean, yeah, you're probably not going to receive a lot of appreciation for this conversation, but if you want to help your friend, it's not about you. So if your friend reacts very negatively, just say, I understand, you might not want to talk about it right now. Don't worry, I'm not going to say anything to anyone about it. Just know that I'm here for you. Just reiterate that. Okay, so let's say your friend reacts very negatively. They get angry, they storm off. It would be good for you to reach out at regular intervals. Just send them a text message. Just be like, hey, what's up? How are you doing? I'm here if you need to talk. Just maybe every 2 weeks or so. Just remind them that they have a friend, that there is someone out there in the world that cares about them. Because if someone is in a relationship like that, they're generally very isolated, and they're kind of being brainwashed by their partner to think that they're alone, no one cares about them, and they deserve to be treated that way. So if you can just say, hey, I'm your friend and I'm here for you, you're not alone, that's really the greatest gift that you could give to someone. Now, I know this is probably going to be frustrating for you, right? Because you just want to, save your friend. You just want to rescue them. You wanted them to be like, oh my God, you're right. Let me leave this person. They're terrible for me. But at the end of the day, you can't rescue anyone. People have to come to their own realization that they are in an abusive relationship, and they have to decide on their own when they're ready to leave. So the best thing you can do is just maybe alert them to the fact that their relationship isn't so good, so they start thinking about it, and just continue to remind them that you're there for them. Because I promise, at some point, if you continue to be there for them, they're going to have an episode with their partner, and they're going to reach out and be like, hey, you're right. You were right. Can we talk about this? This is bad. And that's all you want. You want them to start talking to you about it, to open up that dialogue, get them thinking about an exit plan. So let's say your friend finally reaches out to you to talk about their relationship. Maybe they'll be like, hey, I need to leave right now. I gotta go. But probably the first time, they just want to talk about it. They just want to, discuss what's going on in their life. So just be a good friend. Listen to them. Be non-judgmental. And reiterate some of the important things, that they aren't alone. They shouldn't be ashamed. You're there to help them. Remind them if they want to look up any information to use incognito tabs, and then really set up that code word, especially if they express that their partner is violent. Definitely think of a code word, kind of a action plan if they are in a bad situation, so they can alert you without raising too much suspicion, and you can show up or something. And yeah, it's not going to be a quick process. It's probably going to be very, very frustrating because you're going to be talking to them about it and they're not going to want to leave right away. And they might even leave and then go back to their partner, and you're just going to be like, oh my God, why? But you got to understand, it's just those situations just mess with your mind so much. And it's just really hard for people to leave. So please be patient with your friend and just support them. Be there for them. Please, please, please do that. Okay, so if they get to the point where they are thinking, you know what, I'm ready to go, you can make a safety plan with them. I'll probably make a video discussing safety plans, but honestly, everyone's situation is unique. There are a lot of different factors that go into the best exit plan. You know, it depends on your friend's like finances, resources, whether or not they have kids or pets, how unstable or violent their partner is. So I recommend calling the national hotline or a local agency or shelter to help make a personalized plan for them. So once they have a plan in place, you guys can work together, be supportive, and they get out. They leave their awful relationship. That is so wonderful, so great. But please continue to be their friend and continue to support them. I have to say, from my own experience, the period of time right after I got my ex to leave was the most difficult time for me mentally, which is normal because you're finally able to process the trauma that you experienced. So I was the most depressed. It was a really tough time for me. So just be there for your friend, talk to them, reach out to them every so often, make sure they're okay. Recommend therapy. That can be very helpful. And if they're having a bad day, you know, go hang out with them, get them out of the house, do something fun. I know they will definitely appreciate it. But yeah, that's my advice for you to help a friend. Yeah, at the end of the day, they kind of have to make that decision on their own. But I promise you, if they know that they have a support system, that they have someone else out there that is like there and ready to help them, the faster they're going to get out of that relationship. So, if you have any comments, any questions, anything else you would like me to discuss, leave me a comment down below. I will also provide information for the national hotline for domestic violence. And that's it for this video. I will see you guys next time.